Good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. How are you doing this beautiful evening that the Lord has made? Your brother Tony is at the dinner table, and your brother Tony, he is ready to give you some good food for the soul. So come on in, my brothers and sisters. You don't want to miss this treat tonight. And also, my brother and sister, as you come in, go ahead and invite some more extended family members to the dinner table, as well as some friends. If this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships, my brothers and sisters. I talk about relationships of that between a man and a woman from a biblical perspective. When I say a biblical perspective, I strongly believe that God is the creator of everything. I also strongly believe, since God is the creator of everything, whatever God say, that what should go. As for what God saying what should go, let's talk about relationship. As you know, if God is the creator of everything, He's the creator of all mankind. So when you go back to the book of Genesis, God is the one. Don't believe in that evolution stuff. God is the one that started the world off, okay? And how He started the world off as far as human go, it was not no gorillas or none of that kind of foolishness. It was with a man, an intelligent man. That man was Adam. He was made in the likeness of the Lord, the likeness and image of the Lord. Not only that, God created a counterpart. That counterpart was the woman. Her name was Eve. God created the woman Eve from a bone of the man Adam, who formed out of the dust. God put Adam into a deep sleep. He reached into his side, closed the wound up, stepped to the side, and formed what is called the woman. He represented the woman back to the man. And in the presence of God, Adam said, "Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I shall call a woman because she came from man." That's the position that I come from, my brother and sister, when it comes from relationship. I come from the position of how God got it in His book, in the book of Genesis. Now, if you believe in another type of alternative relationship, you have what's called free will. God gave us a free will. He did not create robots. You do whatever you choose to do. But if you're at the dinner table, I talk about it from the creation standpoint. When you look at the documentation in the book of Genesis, the relationship between a man and a woman. By the way, my brothers and sisters, I'm on two different platforms. I'm on the book and I'm on the tube. If you're on the tube, I may make some comments to those on the book. You may not see their comments because I'm on two different platforms, but I will call out their name and say what they said, okay? And vice versa. Those of you that on the book, I may make some comments to those that are on the tube. You may not see their names, you may not see their comments, but I will call out their name and comment. We're all family here, my brother and sister. Even though we're on two different platforms, we're all family here. And if you're a guest, my brother and sister, if you invited some guests or extended family member, by all means, you can take a part of this dinner table conversation, because we're all family here. And if you have something to say at the dinner table, my brother and sister, by all means, you can say whatever you want to say, but be very respectful at the dinner table, okay? If not, I will ask you to be excused. And those of you that are coming in, this is your first time. My name is Tony M. Toomer. I just have to let you know my name is Tony M. Toomer. And if you have any questions or comments at the dinner table, I will gladly answer your questions, okay? So with that said, when you pick up the menu for tonight, my brothers and sisters, when you pick it up, you will notice that what we're going to talk about. And what we're talking about tonight at the dinner table, my brother and sister, we're talking about they will regret leaving you. That's why they will come back. Again, tonight at the dinner table, they will regret leaving you. That's why they will come back. Now, when I said they will regret leaving you, whom am I talking about, or who am I talking about? Some of you brothers, Christian brothers, you have had a woman, or you currently have a woman that regret leaving you. She gonna try to come back eventually. If she knew that you was a son of God, she know that there's nothing out there she's gonna eventually, or she's gonna be thinking about you all the time. Because when she's thinking about you, brother, she's gonna see what God have elevated you since she departed from you. And on the flip side, my sisters, you're a good woman, right? And the man that you was in a relationship with, for some type of reason, he decided to bounce on you, right? But that same man that decided to bounce, he still have a little conscience, right? When he got out there in the world, when he prodigaled away from you, now he knows that you were a good woman and he should not have left. Eventually, if not today, it could be years from now. If the Lord continue to let the word spin, he's going to reach out to you. And so that's what we're talking about at dinner table today. Well, not today. It's have moved from today to tonight. That's what we're talking about at the dinner table tonight. How you doing, Sister Pamela Sim? Welcome to the dinner table tonight. And you other brothers and sisters, come on in, because we going to talk about this thing tonight. Now, my brother and sister, just think about this. You were, or you still is in a relationship with a man or a woman that have or currently have taken or is taking advantage of you, or have or is looking at you as they're going to take you for granted. So you got a person, my brother, or you got a person, my sister, that two factors. They've been taking advantage of you and they've been taking you for granted. Now we're going to go to the appetizer before we get into the main meal. When we go to the appetizer, what do I talk about the appetizer? I'm talking about, we're going to go to God's word for the appetizer. Then we're going to get into the dialogue at the dinner table. As it is written in the book of Psalms 84:11. Again, Psalms 84:11. Psalms 84:11. It states, "For the Lord is the God of the sun and shield. The Lord will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walketh upright." Again, Psalms 84:11. It says again, "For the Lord God is the sun and shield." So you got to understand, my brother, he's your sun and your shield. The Lord will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk upright. Also, in the book of Genesis 50:20, Genesis 50:20, it is written, "But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring about as it is this day to save many peoples alive." Now, that particular statement, it was quoted by Joseph. As you know, Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery. Potiphar's wife accused him of raping her. He got falsely accused. He ended up in jail. And one day, God exalted Joseph to be the second most powerful man of Egypt. When his brothers came to Egypt, they did not recognize him, but he recognized them. So when Joseph's father died, his brothers thought that he was going to get revenge on them, but he didn't. That's why Joseph made that quote, "As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring about as it is this day to save many peoples alive." Speaking of that, my brother and sister, this we could apply this to any type of relationship. And we're going to apply this to the relationship of a man and a woman. Brother, you Christian brother or you Christian sister, listen to this. That man or woman that was in your life, they meant evil against you. For some reason, my brother, for some reason, my sister, you decided to get into a relationship with a man or a woman that was not of God. It happens, okay? It happens. Sometimes we go rogue. Even though God is our Father, he still does not make us robots. And sometimes we go rogue, okay? Now, some of you brothers and sisters, just like your brother Tony, I have went rogue several times in my life. And thank God he pulled me back and matched me up with the person that's supposed to fit my purpose and my gift in this life to glorify God in his son Jesus Christ. Now, brother and sister, there is or there was a man or a woman that meant evil against you. You made a wrong decision. Brother, you did not go to God and ask God to basically handpick the right woman for you. Sister, you did not go to God and basically ask God to handpick a man to find you. You did it on your own. And that's understandable. A lot of brothers and sisters, they do their own thing when it comes to relationship instead of inquiring of the Lord to help him or her to be in the right relationship with the right man or the right woman. Because you have to keep in mind there's no perfect men and there's no perfect women. However, the Lord can match you up with the right person to carry out his will in your relationship. So that's where a lot of us are at. Now, taking you for granted. Let's go over some terminologies. What does the word taking you for granted is defined as? The word taking you for granted is defined as to never think about something because you believe it will always be available or stay exactly the same. To take advantage of, show no appreciation for or undervalue them. That's what being taken for granted. The key thing is to take advantage of, show no appreciation or undervalue them. So my brother and sister, there is a man or woman that have or is taking advantage of you because he or she think that you're not going to go nowhere. He or she think you're going to continue to take that mental, emotional, physical, and financial abuse, or all of it all together, because you are a good man and you're a good woman and you hoping that the relationship will work out. But you are in a relationship because you got to remember this, my brother and sister, light and darkness does not have nothing in common. Oil and water does not have nothing in common. A son or daughter of God does not have nothing in common with a son or daughter of Satan. The only thing you're going to get out of that, you're going to be bumping heads all the time because you're not going to be able to agree. How you doing, Deshaun Murphy? Welcome to the dinner table. You're not going to agree on too much of anything. And guess what, my brother and sister? If you are dealing with a man or woman that is not of God, you're going to be the one that's doing the compromising, because that other person, he or she may talk about compromising, but you're going to be the one that compromising most of the time, and you're going to be the one that's going to get out of yourself. So you're going to allow that man or woman to form you into whoever he or she wants you, and you're going to lose yourself. That's what happened, my brother and sister, when you get in a relationship with the wrong man or the wrong woman, especially if that man or woman is not of God. You're going to compromise because you're going to try to bring some peace into the relationship. But brother and sister, you cannot have peace with a man or woman that is not of God, because the Bible clearly say, and it is written, God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. So if God is the author, if God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, if you have a lot of confusion in your relationship, God is not there. It just point blank, God is not there. So that's, you got yourself into that situation, my brother. So there's another terminology that we're going to talk about. The grass is greener on the other side. A lot of you brothers and sisters, you have heard of that terminology. The grass is greener on the other side. Let's see what is defined there. The grass is greener on the other side is defined as what one doesn't have always look more appealing than what one has. Or to say it differently, other people's situation always seems to be better or more attractive than your own. So my brother and sister, most of the time, when you're in a relationship with a man or woman that is not of God, he or she gonna always be looking at the grass is greener. What do I mean by that? They're gonna always look for something that appears better than you. Because let me tell you, sister, you might be with a man right now, but you just a pacifier. He's looking for another woman, or he have found another woman because he was looking in the neighbor's yard. And the same thing, brother. That woman that you're with, she's not satisfied. There's nothing you could do to satisfy. She always want. Not need. She always want, and she wants something better. She want a better lifestyle. She see this man that may look better than you. He may be tall. He may have a six-pack. He may be tall, dark, and handsome. He may have assets. He could take her around the moon a couple of times. And that's what she wants. She wants somebody but she don't care. He's the bad boy. So she wants the bad boy. And brother, that's how it is. She wants the bad boy. And brother, you got to understand that. The woman that you're with, that's what she wants, the bad boy. And sister, there's some women that your man, he just sees something here. He thinks she look better than you. He thinks she more finer than you. He thinks she more exciting than you, and he thinks you boring and stuff. But he's not looking at the good woman in you, the godliness in you. So he's craving for something else. So he's looking in the neighbor yard, looking for the grass is green. So brothers, you have dealt with, or you are currently dealing with a woman that believe in the grass is green. Sister, you are currently, or you have been in a relationship with a man that think that the grass is greener. How you doing, Sister Leslie? How you doing, Sister Parker? Welcome to the dinner table. So there's another terminology that we're going to go over. It's called regret. The regret is defined as a sad feeling, repentance, or disappointment over something that has happened or been done, especially a loss or missed opportunity. We're going to talk about that tonight, okay? As far as the relationship, because as you know, on the dinner table, the menu will talk about they will regret leaving you, and that's why they will come back. Another terminology, you all have heard this before, what goes around comes around. And that is defined as a person's actions, whether good or bad, will often have consequences for that person. The consequences of one's action will have to be dealt with eventually. Or to say it differently, this is how we really could say it different. What goes around comes around, or the boomerang effect. When we look at it from a spiritual standpoint, when we look at it from God's standpoint, it basically say in Galatians 6:7, again, that's Galatians 6:7, Galatians 6:7, it say, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reap what he sows. So my sister, my godly sister, whatever that ungodly man did to you, he's going to reap what he's doing. And brother, the same thing. That woman that you are in a relationship with and she doing you wrong, she don't care nothing about you. Guess what? Whatever she sows, she's gonna reap. That's a law that God does not let nobody get by with. And a lot of men and a lot of women, they think, brothers and sisters, that they could do you any kind of way and they're gonna get over. It may appear for a while. It may appear for years that they get over, but they did you wrong. And a lot of times they don't care how wrong they did you. In the beginning of the relationship, brothers, in the beginning of the relationship, sister, there have been somebody that you was in a relationship with. And you thought that and I always say this, a lot of time, brother, sister, when even me, I'm guilty of it, have gotten into a relationship with someone without running it by God. A lot of us have been this way before. And I'm one of the first ones to admit I have done it before. But thank God he got me out of those situations. I could look back and I don't blame the women that I was in a relationship with, because guess what? Your brother Tony, he decided to get in that type of relationship. I can't blame nobody. I can't throw no stones at nobody. I made a conscious decision because I was trying to do it my way. And it failed time after time after time. That's why I don't call no names of someone that I was with in the past. You know, the past to me was a learning experience. And that's my brother and sister, that you need to look at your past relationship as a learning experience instead of talking bad about the person, because you were not talking bad about the person when you was in a relationship with him or her. You won, but when things start getting sour like grapes, you want to talk about the person. But you got to understand that, my brother and sister, you made a conscious decision. And I'm going to tell you this too, my brother and sister. How you doing, Sister Tierra? Welcome to the dinner table. When you made a conscious decision, my brother and sister, you planted the seed. And when you planted the seed, you were sowing. And when you sowed the seed, my brother and sister, into that wrong relationship, you were going to get some bad crop out of it anyway. You see, Jesus said a good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Jesus said that. And he was using that illustration. When you plant something, my brother and sister, whatever you plant, that's what you're going to harvest. So my brothers and sisters, and I'm guilty, I'm going to tell you this, I was guilty, like some of you have been, and some of you currently are, in a bad relationship. You making a conscious decision. You did not run it by God. So right now, some of you in the past have caught a little piece of hell. Some of you right now, you catching a little piece of hell. And you getting a pre-hell with these people. You ain't getting the ultimate hell if you lose your soul. Like those men and women that you're dealing with, they're going to lose their soul. Because you see, the blind leading the blind. So my brother and sister, why would you get in a relationship with a man or woman, they blind? And they act like they can see. They can't see. So what you're doing, you dumbing down for them. You forgot your position, brother, and you forgot your position, sister, that you are the son and daughter of God. So what you did, you reduce your position to deal with a man or woman that is of the world. You, brother, and you, sister, were in a relationship which took you for granted and took advantage of you. Now we're gonna divide this up into two sections. We're gonna talk about the good man of God first. Then we're going to talk about the good woman of God. Let's start now with the good man of God. You brother. You decided to follow the Lord, right? You decided to follow the Lord, but you wanted to get prodigal from the Lord. So you got prodigal with the Lord with a Jezebel. You became the prodigal son of the Lord with not only a Jezebel, but with a Delilah. How you doing, Sister Flo? Welcome to the dinner table. So my brother and sister, my brothers, you got mixed up with a woman that got characteristics of Jezebel and Delilah. Yeah, she looked good. Yeah, she fine. So you got all that kind of stuff going on. But she, on the inside of that woman, that worldly woman, she took you for advantage. Some of you brothers, you went into the relationship, and some of you brothers, you actually tried to buy the woman affection. You went into your pockets trying to buy love. That's the number one thing some of you brothers have done. You think that you could buy love with your money and your assets and stuff. So you got with the Jezebel woman or this Delilah type woman, a combo spirit-wise, and these women, they know that you are a beta type of individual. So she looked at you and said, I could really take advantage of this guy. Because, brother, how you started off, she knew she had you. You know why she knew you had her? You know why she knew she had you? Based on when you start talking to her, how you approached her. She sized you up within a couple of seconds. And she said she was going to take advantage of you within herself. At the beginning, she was so sweet, wasn't she, brother? She was so sweet to you. How you doing, Sister Cheryl? Welcome to the dinner table. She was so sweet to you, brother, wasn't she? But as time went on, you start seeing more things. When I say as time went on, start seeing more things. At the beginning, you seen some red flag, but you ignored it. That what you did, brother. You ignored those red flags that you seen at the beginning. So you start dealing with this woman that got the Jezebel or Delilah spirit in her. She drew you in. She found out you, some brother, I got to know some of you brothers, they hoodwink you. How did they hook you? How they look, and how they shape, and whatever else was going on, that's what you went by. I'm having a little technical difficulty. I don't lose you, brothers and sisters. If I lose you, I come right back on. But anyway, I'm sorry about the technical difficulty. Do you hear me okay? And do you see me right now? If you can see me good and you can hear me clearly, give me a thumbs up so I can know if you can hear me or you can see me clearly. Just give me a thumbs up so I can keep on with this broadcast or discussing this with you at the dinner table. Can you hear me clearly and can you see me? Because on my side, it seems like I got a little technical difficulties. Are you here with me, brothers and sisters, at the dinner table? If you here, just give me a thumbs up so I can know to keep going on. I don't know unless you talk to me. Are you here? Hello? Hello? Are you here? Well, anyway, I try to keep talking. I hope that you can hear me, and I hope that you can see me clearly. Anyway, some of you brothers, thank you, Sister Flo. Whew, thank you. But anyway, some of you brothers, you let these women, thank you, Deshaun Murphy, thank you. Some of you brothers, you have let this woman to you. You let this woman got to you. If she got to you, really got you. How you doing, A1K? Thank you, bro. Thank you, Sister Tierra. This woman, she really hoodwink you. You don't know what to do. She got you. She been taking advantage of you. And not only has she been taking advantage of you, she have or she is setting up to leave you. Some of you brothers, the woman have actually left already. And you hurting right now. And I have said this before, my sister. Listen to what I'm saying. Men hurt too. Men cry in the dark. Men hurt too. Contrary to popular belief, my sisters, men hurt too. They may not show it openly like a woman, but men hurt too. Some of you brothers, you're hurting right now because the woman did you wrong. She took advantage of you. She done you wrong. And she gone. She bounced on you. Or she's still with you right now, and you see signs that she about to book up on you. You see it, and then nothing you could do to stop. She is totally disrespecting you. She go when she please. She tell you what to do. She don't care nothing about you. She embarrass you in front of people. She go out and stay as long as she want to. She go on girl trips without telling you. Now, let me say something about that. Just because a woman go on girl trip, that don't mean she doing no good stuff. But some of these women, I ain't saying all, but some of them, they use the girl trip to do their thing with the boyfriends and stuff, okay? She doing you wrong, brother. Because how you started a relationship out, you thought that you could buy her. And you were so passive, you let her lead. That's another thing. She seen that you were no leader. So you were so passive because you did not want to upset her or nothing like that. Thank you, Sister Tierra. You didn't want her to accept you or nothing like that. So she set you up. You still trying to buy her affection. You trying to make it right. You, brother, you cannot, there's not enough money in you that can make you do this woman right. This woman, she started looking on the outside. The grass is greener. More than likely, brother, she was looking for someone that appears to be better than you. I just got to say it. Some of you have experienced it right now. She's gone. Some of you, she's about to go. And you feel it. You see the signs and you feel it. She's about to bounce on you. You're going to come home one day and she's going to be gone. It just, the clock is ticking. Some of you sisters, I'm going to give you a scenario. Some of you good, godly women. The man, let me go, wait a minute. Let me go back to the men's. Let me go back to the men. Brother, you better get prepared for this day. It's coming. If you're dealing with the wrong woman, that Jezebel, Delilah spirit woman, you better protect yourself because it's coming. And when it's coming, it's going to hit you hard. You, brother, you've been doing what you think is right. You've been taking care of you've been out there working. You got your own business or your own job. You taking care of business as a man. And she look at you like you a little boy. She totally have lost all kind of respect for you because she got a little taste of that what's on the outside, so the grass is greener. She either have left or she's about to leave. Now to you sisters. Some of you godly sisters, you start being with a man. Prince Charming, right? He was saying all the things. He had that good cologne on, tall, dark, and handsome, sit pack and everything, right? He had a little cheese. He had a little cheese on it. He promised you the world. He promised he would take you to the moon and back, and you believed all that garbage. Because at the beginning, he was promising you things of the world. And you got hoodwinked based on he got you, he fished you, sister, with using worldly things, just like Satan got Jesus. That's how these worldly men get you. They promise you the world, but they can't give. I mean, that's all they do. They promise you the world, which is temporary. And you seen the red flag. You either heard the red flag because the wind was blowing and the flags were waving. So you heard it and you seen it and you heard it. But you really thought that he was going to be a good man, didn't you? Or you thought that you could change him. So what you start doing, sister, you start playing wifey. He even started calling you wifey. And then as time went on, you start seeing that wolf came out. Because he got you with the sheep clothing on. He had sheep clothing and he came with you like a sheep. And now you see that he was the big bad wolf and he's going to blow your house down, right? So you trying your best to make it work. You doing what you're supposed to do as a woman. You probably got married to this guy. You raising his children. You've been a respectable woman. You talking nice to him, even though he's dogging you out. That's why you itching and you got fleas, sister, because he's dogging you out. He don't care nothing about you. He call you all kinds of names. He don't care. He hitting your ego. He making you feel like you worthless. And then he compare you with other women. He don't care about you knowing that he got other women. He stay out all through the night and nights. You call him, you text him, he don't respond. Then when he come home, it's like nothing happened. So in these two scenarios, my brother and sister, this is the classic sign of a man and a woman that you decided to be with. They dog you out. Like last night at the dinner table, remember I started talking about you pray to the Lord to help you detach from these type of people. And I told you to go to no contact. Now let's start from this position. The man and woman, they have left you. Or they're going to leave you. Eventually they're going to leave you, okay? Now let me tell you this. when they get a shot of the grass is greener, they're gonna get out there. How you doing, Ashley? Welcome to the dinner table. They're gonna get out there and they're gonna think that that man gonna think he found a better woman than you. That's right. He gonna think he found a better woman than you. And she gonna think she found a better man than you. They may be gone for weeks, months, and years, and you still longing for him or her. You know why you longing for him or her? Because you did not ask Jesus to break that soul tie. You think within your own means that they will come back. Some of you are still allow these men and women to come in and out of your life. You still doing it. You put your life on hold for these people that's in a full-fledged relationship with someone else, and you know the person probably, or you going to know him, but you put your life on hold because you believe in that keep hope alive all the time, don't you? You can't keep hope alive in an evil situation. That man and woman, they still coming in and out of your life. They even controlling you because you got involved with a narcissist person, so you soul tied to them. And they still come to you whenever they get ready. They extracting anything they want from them, but they still don't want you. And you won't even go on with your life. Your life is stuck right now. Your family trying to encourage you to get on with your life. Your friends trying to encourage you to get on with your life. Your co-workers trying to get you to go on with your life because you telling them. And then you get to social media, and some of those Einsteins on social media, they're going to tell you what you need to do. And their relationships regular, a lot of them. So you done put all your business out there. And let me tell you what they talking about, brother and sister. They talking about you behind your back. They talking about, they actually calling you a fool in all caps. FOOL. They calling you a fool. When you go talk to them and stuff, they change. They act like they there to support you. But let me tell you this. Your family and friends and stuff, they're going to get tired of listening to you whining. They're going to get tired. And then when it appear that man or woman coming back in your life, all that complaining and stuff that you did to your family, then your family and friend, they're going to say, don't do it, don't do it. And then you're going to get upset with your family and friends because they still see that that man or woman is a zero. And they know they're going to do the same thing to you. So these zeros keep coming in and out of your life, those liabilities. They coming in, they're a liability. A liability never turns to an asset. A liability is what you paying out or what you owe. So these liabilities keep coming in, getting your assets and bringing you down. And you supposed to be a son or daughter of God, but they keep bringing you down. You know it, you feel it, but you stuck. You stuck and your name ain't Chuck, but you stuck. You don't want to go to Jesus. You know why you don't want to go to Jesus? Because you know Jesus will help you out of that situation. You know Jesus will remove that person out of your life permanently. But you don't want Jesus' help because you're still tied to that man or woman, and you hoping that he or she finally one day they look at you and say, you was a good man, you was a good woman. Now, this is what's going to happen. When you decide to allow the Lord into your life, you're going to hurt. You're going to hurt. I'm going to let you know, you're going to hurt. You're probably going to shed some tears. You're going to want to grab that phone and call. You're going to want to text, but resist doing it. You got to resist doing it. And what you need to do, my brother and sister, when the Lord come in and you admit to the Lord that you've been a fool for love and you love them more than you love the Lord, you might as well go ahead and confess to the Lord. I love that man, that woman more than I did you. And I'm sorry. I put him or her on a pedestal and I shouldn't have done it. But I realize now, my Lord, that I put that man and woman on the pedestal, which made them an idol, and I moved you out the way. I demoted you, Lord. Go ahead and fess up to Jesus. And when you fess up to Jesus, Jesus is going to give you comfort because he's going to listen to you. He's going to forgive you. He's been waiting. He's been waiting and waiting. For some of you, he's been waiting for years. Some of you sisters that the man even moved into your house, and you all know where I'm about to go. Some of you know where I'm about to go. He gave you an engagement ring, but it was actually a shut-up ring. You thought it was an engagement ring. You've been wearing that ring for 20 years. 20 years. And then he leave you, go marry somebody else within 2 weeks. And then you want to talk bad about him. You put yourself in that situation. And some of you brothers, you'll be talking about how you used to help pay her bills and everything. Then she bounced on you. And you want to talk about her. You made that call. You, brother, need to go to Jesus and let Jesus help you and admit to Jesus that you've been a fool too. You've been a fool for Lord. And you demoted Jesus from where he rightfully supposed to be. Some of you brothers, some of you sisters, you denied your first Lord because you tried to compromise with these worldly men and women. They with who they want to be with. Those of you that are married. Now, those of you that are single, the single people, the single life. I always taught you, brother and sister, if you're single, you're a free agent. That man and woman is a free agent. You are not committed to that man, sister, or brother, you're not committed to that woman until you get engaged and with a date on it and get married, or go ahead and get married. But if you're not married, if you're not engaged, or if you're not married, you are a free agent. That's how the Lord look at you. The Lord, let me tell you how the Lord look at you, brother and sister, if you're just dating. The Lord look at you like you wasting your time. You ain't serious. You're not engaged, planning on getting married, or you're not married, because that's how I want it. That's how the Lord's saying, I want you to be serious, commit, and move towards the covenant relationship. You're not engaged. I don't even acknowledge your relationship. You're not married. I don't acknowledge your relationship. That's how the Lord does. I don't acknowledge your relationship. Your dad and your mama may acknowledge your relationship. Your brother, sister, your cousin, your relative may acknowledge it. Your friends, your co-workers, the social media, they may recognize, but God don't recognize you in a legitimate relationship unless you engage with a date or get married. That's the only time God look at your relationship as legit. Other than that, God look at your relationship as like you just fornicating. That's how God look at it. So God is not going to help you. So now the man and woman, they leave from your life. Sometimes God have to step in and help you. If you ask him, God got to sometimes step in and help you. That's why I keep telling you, my brother and sister, God will let a man and woman keep hurting you until you let them go. God got a plan for you. He got a future for you. How you doing, Sister Cynthia? He got a plan, work to them time. He got a plan on the future for you, but you got to let the zero go. Zero do not have value. 0 plus 0 equal what? 0. 0 don't really have no value. They empty. They are liabilities. So God let that person keep. Then when that man and woman leave, let them leave. It's gonna be hard because you had them on a pedestal. You made that man and woman your idol. You moved the Lord out the way, so now you got to reform. You can't do it on your own. You need the help of the Lord to get that man and woman out of your system, because you've been so tired with that man and woman because you had sex with them. And now you so tied to them. That man or woman with whoever he or she wants to be. When you decide to confess to the Lord, get the Lord help, and go no contact, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be a day-by-day thing. It's going to be rough for a little while. That's when you do you, my brother and sister. You do the Lord, and you do you. My recommendation: don't get into another relationship right there because you're not healed. You will mess up another person if you're not healed. Because the next person that comes in your life, more than likely, that's going to be the Band-Aid person or the bridge over troubled water. So most of the time when a man and woman get out of a bad relationship, the next person is normally going to be the Band-Aid or the bridge over troubled water. That's why I recommend, my brother and sister, when you get out of relationship, you fresh out of relationship, don't even think about talking to nobody else. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're not ready for no relationship. The Lord got to help heal you. You need to be healed, because some of you, brother and sister, you're going to have a sour outlook on the member of the opposite sex. Some of you men going to say women ain't about nothing. Some of you sisters going to say, I can't find a good man. You can't find a good man anyway, because the Bible don't even say a woman find a man. The Bible said a man that finds a wife finds for good thing. You don't do it. So what's going to happen as time go by, my brother and sister, you're going to start thinking less and less about that person, because the Lord is getting them out of your system. And some days going to go by, and then that person might pop into your mind. You're going to say, dog, I ain't been thinking about him or her all day, or I ain't been thinking about him or her in a few days. That's how the Lord going to help you. And so while the Lord helping you, you getting healed. And when you get healed, my brother and sister, that's when you can be prepared for the right type of relationship. A1K said bars. That's right. You could be ready for the right type of relationship. You understand? And when God calls you, brother, to find a woman to become your wife, sister, when God calls a man to find you to become your husband, because both of you are on one accord. How can two walk, as it is written, how can two walk together unless they agree? So the Lord going to bring the right person into your life, because he know you got a desire, because you start doing the Lord and you start doing you. So the Lord going to bring the right person to your life. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. It's going to happen. So when the Lord bring the right person in your mind, that man or that woman that you was in a relationship with, you're going to start thinking, wow, I could have had a V8. But you're not going. But what I'm saying is this: you're going to say, why did I spend? What did I see in that man? What did I see in that woman? Or what did I see in those men? Or what did I see with those women? When the Lord bring the right person into you, because yes, you're going to do some comparison and contrast in your mind. When the Lord bring the right person, you're going to see, why did I waste my time? Don't look at it as the person was all that bad. You made that decision, my brother, sister. You got to be accountable for your decision. Like your brother Tony, I had to be accountable for my decision when I was out there wilding out. I can't blame no women. They didn't hold no gun or knife up to me. I made my own decision. Like some of you brothers and sisters, y'all make your own decision. You got to be accountable. So when the Lord bring the right person into you, guess what? Like I always say, God bring a Christian man and a Christian woman together. That's when you're going to elevate. Whatever God got for you, my brother, whatever God got for you, my sister, when he merged you with the right man or woman, when he merged your spirits together, when he merged your souls together, when he merged your wills together, when he merged your bodies together, when he merged your finances together, then the Lord gonna use both of y'all gifts and he gonna merge them together. He's gonna merge the purpose together. And you, brother, and you, sister, you are one flesh. You're one spirit and you're one flesh. The Lord going to be able to use you. He's going to elevate you before men and women. You might start hearing people say, y'all a good looking couple. Yeah, some of you going to hear stuff like this. You all look so happy. I wish I had that. I'm telling you what people are going to be telling. They're going to be saying, y'all look so good together. They're going to be saying, y'all look so happy. Some people going to say, I wish I had what you all had. And what you have, brother, and what you have, sister, you have a relationship with the Lord. And you're doing it his way because now you building your relationship on the rock. And the rock is Jesus Christ. With that other man or woman that was sand, that was shifting sand. So in the meantime, while the Lord is elevating you, my brother and sister, with the right relationship, that man or woman that left you, they're going to run into some hard times. Because remember what I said earlier. As it is written, whatsoever man read in Galatians 6:7, Galatians 6:7, Galatians 6:7, it said, do not be deceived. That means don't be fooled. God cannot be mocked. You can't play with God. A man reap what he sows. So that man and woman that did you wrong, my brother and sister, guess what? They went over to the grass is greener, and what they discovered, even though the grass is greener, what made the grass greener, you brother and sister? It more manure over there. That's why the grass is greener, because more manure over there. So they went over there. Now they eating the grass. Then they look back and say, where I was at, it wasn't that bad. They're going to find out, my brother. They're going to find out, my sister, that God is in your life. They're going to witness the Lord elevating your relationship with the right person. They're going to get envious. They're going to get jealous. They may start hating you, especially whenever they reach out to you and you reject them. That's what's going to happen. When they reach out to you and you in a nice, polite way, if you didn't block it, if they got access to you, they may see you on the street or something. They're going to come back. I'm telling you, my brother and sister, it's just a matter of time. When you with the right person, you could go ahead and turn the hourglass over. It may take days, weeks, months, a year. One of those people in your past, they're going to reach out to you. I'm guarantee you, they're going to reach out to you. They're going to want a reunion. If you talk to them and entertain them, they're going to start talking about the good glory day that you all had. They're not going to talk about all that stuff they put you through and how they treated you. If you bring it up, they don't want to hear it. They just want to talk about the good old days, but they don't want to talk about everything. They don't want to talk about how they did. They don't want to talk about they left you for another man or woman. They don't want to talk to you about that. But they may say, I made a mistake. Now, I will say some of them may say I made a mistake, but their mistake caused them. Do not listen to me carefully, my brother and sister. When God put you with the right person and the Mr. Wrong or Mr. Right try to get your attention again, don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Don't jeopardize the relationship with the person that God brought into your life with someone from the past. Don't jeopardize it because they made their decision Now they doing the boomerang. They coming back. I'm letting you know now, some of you single brothers, some of you single sisters, you're a good man, you're a good woman, you're a son and daughter of God. When the Lord put you with the right person and you decide to get engaged and marry, or you go ahead and marry, I guarantee you, someone from your past is going to reach out for you. Especially someone that you really spent time with, he or she going to reach out to you eventually. They may say, I'm sorry. They may do all that la-da-da stuff. You know why they're doing it? Because they regret it. They seen some good stuff in you, brothers. The old women or that woman seen some good stuff in you, but they did not appreciate you. They took advantage of you, and that's what they did. Sister, that those men or that man seen something good in you. They took advantage of you. They talked to you any kind of way. They took you for granted. So brother and sister, both equations, they were taking advantage of you, brothers and sisters, and they took you for granted. Advantage and granted. You got elevated, the Lord keep lifting you up. They want a part of you now. They see the goodness of God. They see God at work. They either it's gonna get to their ear some kind of way, or gonna get to their eyes. Somebody gonna tell it to them, and then they're gonna check you out. You may not know it. Some of you that's on social media right now, and you're in a good relationship, some of the people that you're in the past, they will make fake accounts to keep up with you. Or they may want to become your friend. And then they're going to try to slide into your DM. They're going to call your number. They're going to text you and say, how you doing, stranger? They're going to do all that kind of stuff. Don't be that fish and bite the hook. Because you got some good fishermen out there, men and women. That what they're going to do is going to be fishing day. They're going to use the same hook to see and what type of bait they used to use. If you don't bite on the same bait that they used to get you with, they're going to up their game. They're going to put another bait on the hook. They're trying to hook you. You see, when a fisherman go fishing, they try to cover up the hook because they know the fish just looking at the bait, not the hook. And that's literally how some brothers and sisters are. You look at the bait, but you don't see you're not recognizing the hook. And that's how Satan work, and that's how his sons and daughters work. They have a hook, they have a bait, and they're trying to wheel you in. Don't be that fish, my brother and sister, that just look at the worm or whatever bait they put on there, and then you get hooked. What happened when a fish get hooked? The fisherman or fish woman wheel them in. They might be fighting and everything, trying to get free, but once that hook get in, you can't get free. They're gonna pull you out the water. They're gonna get that knife and start cutting on you. And then they're gonna throw you in the frying pan. That's how some men and women do from your past. They just want to get you, brother and sister. They're gonna cut you up, put you on the frying pan, and consume you. That man or woman regret you left. They're going to be regretting for years. You know what? Because brother and sister, you cannot be replaced. They're going to start looking for a replacement. But it ain't but one you, brother. It ain't but one you, sister. They cannot find your replacement. The only thing they'll be able to say, if they be fair, the only thing they can say to other people, the man can say, man, I made a mistake. She was a good woman. Or on the other hand, the woman may tell her girlfriend, hey, he was a good man, but I messed up. If they honest, they will have to tell people, look, they will have to take accountability and say, I messed up. That man, that woman, they was good, but I'm the one who messed up. Most men and women that leave you, my brother and sister, they're not going to be accountable. They're going to try to put a spin on it, and they're going to try to make it seem that you did so much stuff. You know why they're doing it? Because of pride. That's all they're doing, because of pride. And they friends and family see that you elevating, and the pride thing going to come, and then they're going to start lying on you. They're going to say you were this, you were that, you were that person. When they seen the Lord in your life, but they didn't want no part of the Lord. They wanted to use you. And the question, my brother and sister, you got to understand that when they were using you, you should have been learning from it. Some of you single brothers and sisters, when you were being used, you're supposed to take that as a learning experience and not position yourself like that now. So my single brother and sister, if you have desire for a relationship, I'm telling you, inquire of the Lord. Go to the Lord first and let the Lord handpick your partner. Don't go to your guy friends, brother. Don't go to your girlfriend, sister. Go to the Lord Jesus and let Jesus orchestrate the meet. He will do it. Jesus will do it. Jesus got control of everything. Brother, you don't know what woman the Lord have for you. Sister, you don't know the man that the Lord have for you. The Lord is not going to bring you stress. He's not going to bring no stress to you. The Lord is going to bring someone to you that you're going to have peace. The Lord is going to bring someone to you that understand that you are a human and you can make errors. The Lord is going to bring someone to you that's going to respect you. The Lord is going to bring someone to you that's going to nourish you and cherish you. The Lord is going to bring someone to you that understand priority. The Lord is going to bring that person that understand that the Lord is first and you second. The Lord is going to bring someone to you that will be extremely careful how he or she talks to you and how they treat you. The Lord is going to bring someone to you that will not hide you before the world, because you don't hide Christ. Brother and sister, that person, he or she going to love the world seeing you. They're not going to hide you. They will claim you. Just like you claim that your relationship with the Lord, brother and sister, the woman and man that come in your life, they're going to claim you before men and women. They're not going to be ashamed of you. They will defend you. If a man or woman say something about you, your mate going to defend you. Hopefully they don't get to no fight, but they're going to defend you. They're going to say, hey, I don't want to hear that mess about my man or woman. They're going to defend you. That man or woman going to be caring about you so much. You're going to wonder, and this is what's going to happen, my brother and sister, when God brings the right person in you. You're going to think, this can't be real. That's what you're going to be thinking at first. You're going to be saying, this can't be real. No man or no woman never treated me like this before. I don't know. I ain't never had this type of love before. I'm used to somebody just talk about give me. But now I got a person that's giving instead of coming talk about take. And then you going to give back. You don't mind giving your all to this person after you give yourself to the Lord. You don't mind it, my brother and sister. That man or woman that looking at your life now, they're going to be regretting every moment of it. And they probably going to go to the grave regretting that mistake. If they honest with other people, my brother and sister, that's all they could be able to say about you. That man was a good man, or that woman was a good woman, and I messed up. If they take accountability, they say, I messed up. And I'm glad for that man or woman that they in a relationship with a person that appreciate them. Most of them ain't gonna say that. Let me tell you, my brother and sister, most of the people that did you wrong and the Lord put you in the right relationship, they're gonna be watching you. So just beware of it. They're gonna be watching you. You don't think they're watching you, but they're gonna be watching you. That's right, Sister Flo. Let God hand pick your mate. That's right. God control everything. That's right, Sister Flo. They're going to be watching you. Don't ever think that they're not watching you. Like I said, if you're on social media or so, they will get fake ID, they will get fake pages. They're gonna keep up with you. They may text you every now and again. If you ain't blocked their call, they may call. Screw them. They may call you. They may want to get together for lunch. They may want to get together for dinner. They may want you to walk around the park with them. They may want to do all kinds of things to get you from around your mate. Don't do it. If you were in a relationship with these people, don't do it. Because some of them, they really don't want you still. They want to see, can they control you? They want to see that they the better man or the better woman. Don't give it to them. Why, brother, why, sister, would you want to go back to someone that dogged you out and left fleas and God brought the right person in your life? Why you want to go back to those dogs that got fleas, male and female? Why you want to do it? You know they got fleas. You know it. Why you want to do it? That's why they come back. Because they knew and they know now that you were and you are a good man or woman. They knew and they know that you have a relationship with Lord. They know that the Lord is blessing your life. They know that the Lord is elevating you beyond your wildest dreams or your thoughts. When God put you with the right person, remember I said this in the past. When God put you with the right person, my brother and sister, that's the person that he had in mind before you was born. It was not no accident. It just happened. Nothing, my brother and sister, just happened. Stuff just don't happen. God see the whole parade. You know, I always say that I'm not the originator of that, but God see the whole parade. He see the parade when it starts, and he see the parade when it's finished. He see it before they even take the first step. We have to be on the street level and watch them come by. God is like on the top of the building. He see it before it starts and the end, and he see everything in between. That's your life, brother. That's your life, sister. The Lord see the beginning to the end and in between. Or better yet, God could look at the end of the parade and then look at the beginning. We don't have that ability to look at the end of the parade. We have the ability to look at the beginning, but we don't have the ability to look at the end of the parade. And that's how it is, my brother and sister. Don't get yourself in a situation where you go back to these people that testing you. Most of the people that you were in a relationship with, some of them are going to try to come back. Some of them going to even try this strategy. They want to be friends with you. Look out for that one. They want to be friends with you. You know why they want to be friends with you? So if it's a crack in your relationship, they want to slide back in. So watch out for those that just say, just can we be friends? They didn't want to be friends with you when they was in a relationship with you. That man had a better friend than you, sister. That woman had a better friend than you, brother. But now they want to be friends. Don't do it. Those of you, if you have any comment tonight at the dinner table, you can go ahead and put your comment there. But first, just put the word wait, and I will wait to see what you have to say so I can address it. Or the other brother and sister, they can address it if you point it out to them. So this is the time, my brother and sister, if you have a question or comment, put wait, and then go ahead and formulate your thoughts, and I'll wait. Other than that, if you don't have no questions or comments, I encourage you to get a carrot plate, put some of the good food for the soul on there, and share with other extended family members and friends, and let them know that, hey, we always eat good at the dinner table. Lord willing, my brothers and sisters, you will see me tomorrow if the world don't end. I'm not into it if the creek don't rise and all that kind of crazy stuff. If it's the will of the Lord, we will meet tomorrow at the dinner table. If it's the will of the Lord, I don't know. All I could do is I can't guarantee you that we will see one another tomorrow. The only thing I could say is, Lord willing, that's my intent, to see you tomorrow. And I hope that's your intent to meet me at the dinner table, okay? I hope that's the intent. That's a pre-intent. So that's all we could do. We could plan, and I plan with the Lord will to be here with you tomorrow. I love you, brothers. I love you, sister. Thank you so much for coming to the dinner table. Your brother Tony, he just be cool. Do what the Lord wants you to do, and make sure that your relationship with God's Son Jesus is your top priority. There's nothing more important than your relationship with Jesus. If you're with Jesus, you will not regret it. If you have a relationship with the Lord, you will not regret it. That's the best relationship, my brother and sister, that you can get into. So when you have a relationship with God, you have direct access to God the Father through Jesus. You cannot get around Jesus to get to God. Jesus said that I am the truth and the life. No man comes to the Father but through me. Jesus letting you know you can't say no prayer to God the Father while coming to him. You got to deal with Jesus. You either deal with him now or tomorrow. It's best to deal with him now. Peace out.